What's up, guys? Welcome to Hard Copy. I did it. I went for it this week.
You did. I'm proud of you.
Welcome to the Free for All show. I always want to say podcast, but we're not just a podcast anymore.
We still are a podcast.
We are still a podcast, but we've become so much more.
Have we?
I mean, this entire... Not really, but Evan has been pushing that particular phrase. But you've been saying this entire time. You said, welcome to Free for All.
I know, it's just hard for me. I always want to say podcast. It's my first love.
You're so much better than Josh, though.
That's not true. I've been doing well.
I didn't notice we changed it.
Damn it, Trey!
See, spontaneous funny. You didn't plan that sentence out.
No, just spoke truth.
Spoke truth.
Trey, truth speaker.
Right.
It's on my business cards.
That's not true.
No, it's not true. I've seen
You
those
don't know.
business cards. I do.
I have other business cards.
So
You don't know.
human expert.
Spice. What you watching?
It's the spice of life.
Talk
Quite
about
literally.
Let's talk about some TV. Premieres. Not Into the Badlands. Might talk about that next week. Josh didn't watch it.
Way to fuck it up, Josh.
No, did you ever start watching that show? Did you ever watch it?
I watched like the first episode.
That's one more than me.
If Josh doesn't watch it, I'll probably drop the show.
I mean, I plan on watching. Did you
Okay.
actually watch it?
No, I stopped
Okay.
because you didn't watch it. I didn't really like last season.
I did. So, I mean, I plan on watching it.
We'll see.
I had to watch other shows.
Archer. Oh, I thought you said you watched
I
Archer.
watched
you
it today
listed
for
it.
you.
You listed
For
it.
you.
I was going to watch it on my break.
Motherfucker.
Liar!
I didn't get to it. I
knew it.
Yeah! You got what I was going for. You can actually get a high five this time. Yeah! He earned it.
No, that was funny. It was good on him. Was it funny, Trey?
It was.
Okay. First impressions. Thank you.
Do you want to talk about Archer?
I'll wait for Chuck, I guess. We're doing another show next week.
That's fair.
Trey will do anything to push this shit
I
forward.
wanted you to betray
Was it better?
him.
Was it better than the trailer?
Yes, I thought it was
Danger
quite
Island?
funny.
Yeah.
Is that where we're at this year?
Mhm.
All right. I did not watch this either. I
Okay.
kind of watch it sporadically.
Okay.
I don't know if I watched the whole
So, yeah.
season just because I never remember to watch Archer. If
Because
I'm
you
being
never
honest.
do.
We
Yes.
started that one time where you know, when
Stayed
you
after.
yeah, when you used to stay up past 10
Yeah.
and you would stay.
Those days.
This was literally 18 months ago.
Yeah, it was.
was.
was
But yeah, you stayed
when
after,
Lake
and we were watching. We watched like 4 or 5 of
Yeah,
them.
you were doing
yeah,
Yeah.
big bada boom.
That was solid content, guys. Good job.
We've done good work here. All right, fine. Let's talk about Brockmire.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Oh, shit.
Not you, though, Josh.
Josh, you got to give her the piazza. 2 of
Two
them.
piazzas.
2 piazzas.
Is that just
You
a
guys are
squatty
ruining
potty and
jokes.
a thing of olive oil?
Of course. What else would it be?
Oh, that show's great, man.
It's funny.
It's amazing.
The black kid has taken a dramatic spike in importance.
He really did, and he's funnier. Like,
He
he was
is
funny last
funny.
year, but he had a lot of funny
He's
parts.
worked
in
on
the
his
first
timing a little bit, I feel like.
Well, he's
last
also
season.
like just in full on give a shit. Oh God, Brockmire mode. You know, like he is done. Like he is not admiring him at all. He's just,
When Brockmire brings the disabled kid into the booth,
oh God, there's so many tubes.
lost it. When he tries to get him,
He's gone.
well,
Folks.
no, he says,
No, I mean he left.
Danny has left us, folks, and everybody's like, and he's like, no, he's left the booth.
Man.
Oh, and that's why he's like, so why do we love kids with cancer? And goes into that, and the black kid's just like,
He runs for so long.
when he comes, he's like, oh, it's way worse than I thought. His
man,
feud with the mascot.
is
Oh,
fantastic.
the crawfish is really funny.
I do-
Just the way it starts off with his head just cradled in that big black ass.
Oh yeah,
Just perfectly cradled.
and then the tirade into how in his time gone, America went from a boobs nation into
To
an
a
ass.
butt
Okay, so yeah, that was a great opening.
I also like
Oh,
the way
yeah.
he says boobs. It's amazing.
boobs.
I think it's also impressive that like I feel like Brockmire could really exist. Like him being a very popular podcast.
I just feel that's
host-
Hank Azaria's true self.
That's fair. But it makes a lot of sense. Like his whole like live
Brock
storytelling thing, yeah, is amazing and like could totally be real.
Yeah, I would listen to it.
Yes,
There's by the way, there's an awesome fake feud. Some people think it's real between Brent Musburger and Brockmeyer's Twitter account, and it is really, really funny.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Musburger.
You can't grow a mustache. Here's your mustache, Brent.
Brockmeyer's great.
It's really, really good.
Josh, we'll move on now.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
It's
Take
very
2
close in
piazzas,
overtime.
Josh,
Do I
for
smell
you.
dip?
No,
I smell like a whiff of dip.
maybe it's bird dog.
A whiff of
Yeah,
dip.
bird dog. Ooh.
You forgot.
Whiff a dip.
I have some after.
Yeah, whiff of dip.
A whiff a dip.
Getting done so early.
Indigenous to this area.
The whiff a dip.
The whiff of dip.
The rare,
The wild whiff of
I'm
dip.
hunting whiff a dip.
the rare blue crested.
I'm no zoologist, but
Yeah, you did. You remembered something.
Perhaps.
What will you never forget?
the apostrophe.
Yeah, you will. Oh,
I'm on
never
a
been
roll.
prouder. And that's just to spite you.
No, you spit all over me right there.
It's okay. He literally poured spit on me 2 weeks ago.
It was amazing. To
I was out of
listen to.
sugar.
Oh God, it was awful. I don't even care about your wonderful
It took
joke
me a
just
second.
then. It was
It
awful.
took me a second.
It was so
Oh
gross.
God, this might be some of the best material we've ever put out.
Acknowledging it is always what makes it funnier.
We acknowledged the shitty material just a moment ago.
Well, let's bring
Just
the
trying
mood
to
down.
balance the
Trey, let's
scales.
talk about The Handmaid's Tale.
Let's.
Speaking of whimsical and funny.
Oh yeah, this is the epitome of. Man, this show is fucked up. I just spend the entire time I'm watching it being like yelling, pointing at the TV and yelling, "Holy shit!"
I don't do that,
Yeah,
How does Lane
but
like
it's
it?
got a lot of fucked
he
up.
loves it.
You don't let your son watch that,
No,
do you?
I
Okay.
don't. Fuck no.
You let him play Gears of War?
Just a little bit.
By that, do you mean the campaign?
Also, it's at least computer people and not real people.
I guess that's fair.
And there's not
We're-
a lot of rape.
That's fair. There is a lot
There's
of
a
rape.
lot of
There's
rape.
a lot of rape. It's not easy to watch.
No, it is not.
Like-
Did you just watch the first episode?
Yes.
Okay, man. The
I
first
won't
episode was
watch
good.
the rest until it finishes.
The second episode is like next level fucked up
So,
shit.
spoilers for the premiere of Handmaid's Tale.
Happening. Yes.
So this season, in the first episode, it's her getting away from her situation last year. She's free, at least. So is that the direction we're going for this season, it seems?
So far, it would seem so.
Okay.
Fugitive.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she is rescued. She at the end of the first season, she is with child.
She's a baby maker, right?
Yes, which is a handmaid.
Yeah. Is Strahovski still in this, or did they kill
Yeah,
her?
no, she's
Oh,
still
okay.
there.
She being bitch.
Not
Yeah.
as prevalent this season thus far,
Oh,
but
she's gonna be chasing her down
yeah. And there's
with
definitely.
the other Fiennes.
I will say the second episode has
Joseph.
only about even the handmaid whose tale we're talking about in the show, it only gets like maybe 40% of the second episode.
Mm.
They're clearly going to start focusing on.
Her husband,
Well, no, just some other.
other people.
Yeah, another handmaid in this.
Now that
in
we know her
episode
name,
2.
it's just not always up to June.
Say what?
Her name's June. It's
Oh.
the title of the first episode. It's the big deal. We didn't learn her name all last year until the very
Oh, I
end.
guess we didn't. I guess I didn't
No,
realize
she was
that
known as
it was-
Offred, and the whole thing.
Elizabeth
they kept,
Moss?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
June.
This world has this show has a great world it's created,
Mhm.
and it's very well made, top to bottom. The acting and everything for it. I don't get into it like you do. It's just it's yet to, for some reason, just doesn't catch me. But I do like it well enough to continue, and just, I want to follow it just because it's so popular. I like to be up
to
on the
date.
knowledge.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll wait.
yeah, I love it.
It's the Hulu weekly show, one of
Mm-hmm.
those that they do. So we'll just wait for them to finish, and then I'll stream the whole series like I did last year. But I will say this: Ann Dowd could act.
Yes, she can.
My God, she's so good.
Man, she handcuffs that chick to the fucking stove.
Yeah, and burns the
She
shit
goes,
out
this
of
is gonna
her
hurt
hand.
you more than it hurts me. Yeah, it just handcuffs the stove and then turns the burner on full fucking blast.
It don't look good.
Oh my god,
Ugh.
it is, and that's after like they had to like stand in the rain, like holding a rock out, like because they
Yeah, I was
stoned
like,
that other
they
chick.
have better arm strength than me. I'd been like,
exactly, yeah.
man, your shoulder would have been fucked by
Yep.
that time.
And then, man, I'm gonna
After
let
a
you
while, the
continue to
Rock
lead
would be
this.
holding up Trey.
It's fair. Yeah, the like false hanging, which we all knew wasn't going to happen.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
they
they were gonna
didn't.
kill
Yeah,
off
like
all
in
the-
story context, they didn't
Yes,
know.
yeah. I
That-
feel like they did a good
That
job.
one
of,
lady urinated everywhere.
she did. They made it impactful.
Yeah.
I thought, despite the fact that you obviously knew they weren't
And
about to kill all
and
the
it was in like
handmaids.
an overgrown Fenway Park, which was kind of cool looking.
It was,
Actually,
yeah.
one of my favorite parts of that.
It's the only good use for a baseball stadium in this particular world, which is a
Huh.
truly sad thing.
Like a Last of Us Fenway.
Yeah, maybe not that far gone, but getting there. Like there's grass like grown over the dirt and all that, and it clearly hasn't been upkept, but it's not like got.
So
like,
the Rossville Boulevard of Fenway.
yes, 100%. That is a astute assumption on that.
Very apt.
But not like with like vines coming out or anything
Yeah.
like that, because clearly Last of Us
Red
has been
vines.
a while. Yeah, red vines.
Boo. Then I wouldn't like the show.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
they sell red vines at Dollar Tree. That's how bad it's gotten. Red vines suck.
What a deal! For $2, I can have so many red vines.
Cavs won.
Huh?
Cavs won.
Oh, sweet.
The Cavs or the Caps?
Cavs and Caps both.
Oh, Cavs and Caps.
Also, people.
Fake
Woo!
Bust them
You
both.
seen this meme?
We're recording right
I
now.
know. I'm sorry. I couldn't care less.
Well, now I have to
about-
look. What is it?
He could not care less about the show.
Oh, it's just John
about-
Cena fading away.
It's the Infinity War. Like it's just all over. Everything's being done. like,
Okay.
Fading away. It's funny.
Spoilers.
It's
Is it-
nothing like the Tyus O'Neil gif.
That's goddamn gold. Pure gold. Sorry, you were talking about Handmaid's Tale. I can't pay attention.
That's fine. Westworld.
Yeah, I only watched the first episode.
Same here.
Me too.
I was actually a little let down.
What?
Bless you.
It's
Thank
a
you.
so it was a good episode, but like stuff didn't happen.
I completely disagree.
I'm
What
with
are you
Evan on this one.
talking about?
So much happened.
I don't know. I felt like it was more of like I'm
mean-
this way every single year.
Did you
with
watch
Game of
The Right
Thrones.
Show?
I did.
Did you somehow see
It's still
the
an
finale?
incredibly well made show. I don't
Did
know.
you
For some
cancel
reason,
this?
I'm not like angry at the show or anything. It wasn't.
Yeah,
as
you
high as
are.
I
It
was expecting it to
seems
be.
like you're angry.
I
right
can.
now.
I sense some anger.
I hate you guys.
We have
turning this against
what's
me.
probably 3 different
That kind of
timelines going on already, and it's just to focus on one
Cume
character
puzzles.
in there. Clearly, the first one is him talking to him as Arnold, talking to Evan Rachel Wood, and then we have 2 separate timelines for Bernard in the future. One right after the season finale of last year, and then one that's 2 weeks in the future. We lead up to that leads to them at the lake of dead host, and he says, "I killed them," and now we have to figure out what that's all about.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of more questions than answers, I will say, in this episode.
And I told you
But
the
it's
rancher was the name of
episode
the guy.
one.
They said the guy, like the high value package they had to find, and I was like, "Is that the rancher?" You guys said no. It's 100% the rancher.
No, I was with you.
You weren't there.
But he was with me in spirit, Josh. It's what matters.
Brady wasn't.
No, Brady doesn't watch shows with us anymore.
He sets it up.
He really does. He wants to be there, and then he doesn't really want to be there.
He's like Trey holding that rock.
Not holding the rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Thought that's
checks
where
out.
we're going.
I
Yeah,
never
it's-
hold rocks.
Man, the quality of that
Or
show,
grudges.
man,
I mean, the quality is
unbelievable.
insane, and
the
it was still an
writing, the
enjoyable
directing.
episode.
Man,
Yeah,
the
I just was-
cinematography like starts
Yeah.
off high in this episode.
I really
What a flim in
enjoyed.
that
You
high.
went Jewish with
I
that.
know.
I really
L'chaim.
enjoyed the storyline that's going on with the Man in Black as he's like progressed to the new part of the game with him
Yeah.
and
Now
Ford.
that I do really.
He
like.
is like living the high life right now. He is in fucking
High life.
high life.
You
my
guys
man.
are really going to enjoy the second episode.
Man, I can't wait.
Like, half the
the Man
episode
in
is the
Black
Man in
is
Black.
easily
Cool.
my.
And there is an awesome moment with
Dude,
the Man in
It's
Black.
probably
Man,
getting watched
the
tomorrow
Man in
night.
Black is easily my favorite. But man, Evan Rachel Wood can fucking act. Dude.
Yeah, she can.
She's
It's crazy.
Good.
She is, and she seems better now than she did in
Oh, she's way better
season
now.
1.
Like some of the
way
stuff
better.
that she was talking to Teddy about, like when they were on the ridge, and he was like, "Is this what you want? Like, we've gone 8 miles and it's just blood." And she's just like, "Give." Oh, and those people that she was like had like strung up, and, like her speech to those people was just like, and then she goes
She
from
has a lot more
that
to do in this
to
too.
Dolores.
say,
It's like, why
yeah.
would you ever be angry at me? I'm like, I don't know. Let's go hang out. But then she murders people easily.
Yeah, I like.
Her Wyatt persona is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to watch the second episode. Yeah, I was
gotta wait. Kristen will get mad.
You gotta tell her.
I'm not that good of
Put
an
those
actor. I'm
pants
not
on.
on that Boone
You,
side
you
level.
didn't, you didn't get the Boone Award.
Oh, I got the Boone Award. It's just not for acting.
That's just when you get lost.
Debba.
Where are you guys? And just award. Oh man, no, I
what a
wasn't
shitty
disappointed at
Ready
all. Like
Player
for me,
One
like I thought it was incredible, and I can't wait to see where it comes from. Like the tiger part in there, so we've already getting other worlds
It
teased.
definitely had my intrigue.
They're
I just-
definitely
yeah.
expanding like the world, like what we know about it. There's a part opening in episode 2 that kind of expands on like maybe where they are, and because Arnold is like every time you see Bernard, it's not always Bernard. Sometimes it's Arnold. That's one of the great
Right.
one the timelines are doing. You get more Arnold timeline in this one, which is like early stuff with him and God. You actually get some of the how Delos, which is the company that like made the park.
And
Mhm.
a great wrestler.
Okay. You
Unos Vatos Locos?
Delos Brown.
Delo.
No, he wore a sweet
Okay.
chest
You get to
protector.
see like how they originally get into the business of that with Ford and Arnold. I can't wait for you guys to watch it.
Yeah,
It's
that's good to
so
watch
cool.
tomorrow.
Finish shows. It's a bit late, but let's talk about Preacher season 2.
You think?
So it came at that weird time where it was not finished when we were talking about our 2016-2017 TV show awards.
So we didn't put as
was-
much focus on it.
It
as
was still
we did.
going, and then so we didn't finish it. We focused on shows for that, and then by the time we got where we could go back to that,
All the episodes were gone.
when fall TV also hit, and all of a
FX
sudden,
pulled
we're
them
just
quick.
going
As soon
through
as
that.
the finale hit, they pulled them fast.
So we just now got around to watching Preacher season 2. Me and you have finished it.
Correct.
Trey,
I almost finished
I
it.
finished it like a couple of months ago.
you did. You just didn't tell me for a while, and I was like, "Oh shit! All right, I'll watch it." Did you watch any?
I mean, I watched up
Don't you
until
smirk at me.
the episode where Arseface was in hell with Hitler, and like I started that episode like 7 times and never got to finish it.
Oh, Hell Hitler.
Is that what it's called? Because it should be.
Thank you, Trey.
Oh shit, that was cool.
Yeah, I didn't
Thank
make
God
it.
you. Thank God you have Trey.
I know, right? I wish I could take you around with me wherever I went. Just him in the background.
All right, so we can all speak on it for the most part, but we can talk about the whole season. So you seem to really enjoy it still.
I mean, there were parts that I still really enjoyed. There were some big letdown
It's
parts.
a clear step down for me.
Yes, I would also agree with that.
I don't think it's a bad show, although I really, more so than I should, struggled to get through it. I think because part of it's just because it's older. I don't like being that guy, but I really enjoy this graphic novel, and I felt that they frustratingly strayed away from the storyline.
Here's what they did.
It felt like The Farm season 2.
They
of Walking
Very
Dead.
They
much
Walking Deaded this like hardcore. Oh shit! That first season made us a bunch of money, super successful. Let's
draw
string
it
this out as much as we possibly
All
can.
of season 2
They were
is
in New
a
Orleans
tease
the entire time, and I did not get the frou for all vampire guys. Like my favorite part of the graphic novel.
Yeah, I mean, just at the very end, did you get to Angelville, which is the entire point of going to New Orleans.
The setup for that was really cool.
It is,
though.
but the entire season 2 is a setup for the only point to go to New Orleans.
yeah, but at
They threw in the
least
weird like story with Tulip, and Tulip
Tulip
sucked.
was terrible.
this year.
Her entire
Ruth Negga,
time and
Nega, is still a wonderful actress. I think she's
Mhm.
more, especially in this role. As
Yes,
Tulip,
very
but
much.
Man, I did not enjoy.
It was
Tulip.
not
They
her.
can't wait to do
Her
the
part.
character I didn't love.
Her part wasn't written very well. I will say, kudos to Hairstar. That guy.
That guy
is
is
perfect.
awesome. I was almost out on the show.
God,
Even
when
though
he
it wasn't
got
that bad.
raped,
And
it
then-
was hilarious.
You don't hear that often.
No. Hopefully, that's the last time I ever say that sentence.
when they were trying to, when he's like trying out for the Grail, and they're like, "What if I told you that we speak to God like a 10-inch dick?" And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "I'd have to see it to believe it."
Man, and he kills the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
Also, hashtag Humperdew. They nailed that pretty good too, man.
I think as a Christian, I take a lot of stuff in stride a lot better than a lot of people.
Sure.
A lot of Christian, and I can
You're
laugh.
gonna have to watch this.
And I can laugh.
Well, I mean,
and
it's the comic book.
there were some parts that I struggled with a little bit.
Was Humperdoo one of them?
That, I mean, like the story, like the flashback to Jesus and Mary Magdalene.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little rough for me. I'm trying to like just realize it's this is fiction, and
Yeah.
not a commentary. But I mean, still, there's some
It is
points I'm just
some
like that's
bit
a
of a
little hard to
commentary.
watch. But yeah, Humperdoo was something.
I loved it. I'm kind of in your boat. I'm a little bit more, I guess, a liberal in particular views. Take it as fiction. But I thought the way that they handled that was just about better than the graphic novel to me.
That's fair. Star was clearly the
He's the winner.
pun
here.
intended star of the show for this.
Cassidy also did.
Cassidy
really good...
did not dip at all. Cassidy was wonderful.
I didn't like all the thread with his son.
Oh, most of it I didn't care, but every line he said, I still was still funny.
Oh yeah,
And he's
good,
a
man.
good
It's just that
actor, and he
accent.
still conveys like he has a lot of depth to his character.
I
He has a
agree.
lot of feeling like behind, and it's good acting, and he delivers every line very well.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Jesse was that good this time around. He was
Huge dip for me.
kind of pointless.
Yep.
half the time he was
He
just
was kind of a
Douche?
pompous douche in the
Yeah.
first season, though, too, man.
he was,
Oh,
but it
not nearly as much. I felt like, or
But
at least it didn't feel.
he
as
was, but that he
shitty.
almost made it cool or funny, or this time it just really stood out. And I guess it's because Tulip was also being it. I'm like, you two both suck. Like, just get over it.
And I mean, they could have wrapped up Arseface's arc in an episode.
It literally should have been one episode.
That,
Like,
I
it
think
was to
that
have the
was my
comedy
biggest
with like
problem.
Hitler and all that stuff, and then the weird side
Hitler's
characters.
origin. That's the story
Yeah,
we
so-
needed to be told.
Right.
So now Hitler exists like in the real world again. Okay, like it did not take the whole season to get there.
That guy did a good job acting that particular part, but
He
I mean,
did, and I
Hitler
like the kid
wasn't
that plays
in the.
Arseface.
He was none of that was in the graphic novel, right? Am I
I
misremembering?
think that part of it was like in it, but it's like a.
I remember
side
him
plot.
coming out of hell and then like getting in the all black biker outfit and hunting him for a while. But
Yeah, they've strayed quite a bit. Clearly, next season's going to be all about Angelville, which
Mhm.
is really great in the comics. So.
I can't wait to see who they cast as his family. So
It's interesting to see. He goes there. Spoilers for Preacher season 2. It's been a while, folks. Because Tulip gets killed,
Mhm.
and so he's taking her to get resurrected by his grandmother.
Mhm.
With the weird combination of Christianity, like old, like Uber Christianity / voodoo that they do. It's
Right.
weird.
yeah.
I don't know. Like there were some really good parts of the season. There was just a lot of bad, as well, or pointless, or just I don't know. Did Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg write season 2 as well?
I hope not, but I'm not sure.
It just
for
felt
me,
different.
I mean, I got pretty far into this. I only had like 4 episodes left. So what? 9 episodes in?
I do like Miss Featherstone. She has physical assets
Oh,
that I enjoy.
Well,
Also,
sure.
Actually, both of those people were quite
They were
entertaining.
funny. They were funny.
For me, like, I was kind of where you were at in that, like, or at least you mentioned this, I think, on our kind of group chat the other day, that despite it being at most times, well-made show, like, objectively, you just couldn't, like, find the desire to start
I
it. You had
struggled to
kinda
make myself
yourself.
watch it. Yeah.
And I was that way, too, and so I kept trying to, and then there, like, came a point where I was like, shit, there are, like, minimum 10 other shows right now that I can turn on that I want to watch more than this. And some of those shows aren't really even my favorite shows. And like that's when I was just like, why am I? There's so much fucking TV.
I
Like,
get
why Am I,
that. I
trying to
just
make myself
enjoyed
watch this?
season 1 was a top 10 show for me. So I think a dip in one season does. I want to make if season 3's. I feel the same way. Then I'm out.
Gotcha.
I think season 1 was good enough that I can slog through the farm version of Preacher.
Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg did as much in season 2 as they did in season 1.
That's weird. It
Which
just feels such different.
well,
right?
they didn't. My point is, they didn't do as much in season 1 as you think.
No, really
Yeah, they didn't. They wrote like the first episode and directed 2.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm
And
sitting
they're
here
just
looking right at it.
EPs on the rest, I guess.
Yeah, and they did almost the exact same. They didn't write any, but they directed 2 episodes.
Interesting.
Are
The
the
two
writers
best.
different at all? For
Um,
I mean, just the whole thing.
Somewhat.
The whole thing.
The
felt-
writers
It does
are-
feel a lot different in second season.
They're kind of all over the place, but I mean, Sam
TV does
Catlin wrote, but on both seasons. Yes.
All right. Well, it's interesting. I'm anxious to see where season 3 goes. I mean, we're only
Yeah.
a month and a half away from season 3 premiering, so
I'm kind of excited about it, honestly. Even though this was a step back for me, I
it's
mean,
at least fresh in my mind going into a new season.
Yeah,
So I think
exactly.
that'll help it a little bit.
exactly.
So we'll see where it goes. A series of unfortunate events, season 2.
Yeah.
All you guys. I don't
Did you finish, Joe?
particularly like.
No, I
the show.
did not.
Oh man, I thought you were done. Sorry.
No. Was that on the finish list for this week or next
Uh-huh.
week?
It was,
It was on
on
this
it
one.
2 weeks ago, and then we moved it to this week.
Oh.
Yeah, so I could finish
May not
for
have been
sure
on it
because
then.
Josh has already finished.
Yeah, I've
on
only
that.
watched one episode.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah, you
Way
want me to
behind.
step out for a minute and you guys can talk about it?
I mean,
I can go spoiler free. I don't
yeah,
care.
there's not
That's
really.
fine too. However you guys want to do it.
I don't care.
The season was good.
I thought it was real good. I thought it was about as good as season 1.
Yes, the ending, the circus, to me was the strongest of the two. Because they did the exact same thing they did the last season, where they do 2 episodes per story.
It's
Gotcha.
basically like 5 movies in a year.
Yeah.
In a season.
Yeah, more or less. The Neil Patrick Harris continues to absolutely dominate the show. He is awesome.
He's amazing, and like it's his
Who-
best role.
Who's your favorite character that he portrays?
Oh fuck.
You want me to tell you mine? What do you think?
Yeah.
It's the German, like the Scandinavian art guy in the second set with
Okay.
Tony Hale and that crazy British lady.
He was funny. I like
Dude, he is-
Dr. Mattathias Medical School.
Medical School, yes.
That's fantastic.
That's not a real name.
You think?
I really just because he kept saying because he was just walking up to the administrator and he's like, I didn't go to medical school, and she's like, medical school? Yes, medical school, Dr. Mattathias Medical School. And like every time he said it, it's fantastic. I really enjoy him in this. I also, despite how much I hate the character, I love the banker
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he's wonderful.
who coughs everywhere.
He's awesome. And the one time he's at a hospital and he comes up to him, he's like, "Oh, are you here for that cough? What cough?"
Yeah. Also, this show made me care way more about David Allen Greer than I ever thought I would.
Oh, I felt so bad for him.
Right? He
And he
was
was
so
super
endearing.
betrayed.
Yeah.
I thought Jumanji.
That's fair too. That's pretty accurate.
Those CG monkeys, man. He had to
Right.
fight those off.
But-
yes, the writing is on par, the directing is on par, the acting is on par, if not better. Even though I think they took a step back with their guest stars somewhat.
There wasn't as many like big names. Yeah, like we had
Also, Lemony, kudos.
Oh, he's great.
Patrick Warburton's awesome.
Also,
Also, Nathan
Jacques.
Fillion. Yeah, Jacques.
Snicket is the best.
Oh God, the librarian. You need to look. You need to look her up, by the way.
Really?
Oh man.
She's hot. She's
Ooh.
real attractive.
I've seen The Librarian.
Yeah, she is in the first episode.
She
Yes.
can fill up a couple of wheelbarrows. Let's put it that way.
Jesus
We talked about this like briefly last episode. I think my favorite like single like plot
do that.
character is still Carmelita though. I thought she's great.
Awesome. The Bizarro Shirley Temple.
Yes.
She's fantastic, and she is so evil, and she loves to sniff cakes, even though she
Yes.
calls kids cake sniffers.
Yes. I
It's
really
funny.
like I enjoy like my favorite part of that show, and it does get away from it a little bit, although I like what they did with the last couple episodes. Like the cat and mouse of that show, I love so much. Like the
In the
dynamic
belly
between
of the beast.
loved it, but every single time the kids know Olaf, like every
Mhm.
time, and it's just like this. They stop trying to tell adults or trying to tell anybody in charge like that's Olaf, and they just have to get out of the scenario, and it's always fun. And his like snide remarks whenever he is playing his character.
Man, he's bad in this season, man.
He's a
way,
dick.
he's worse in this season. He murders people.
Yeah, he feels legitimately evil in this one, whereas last time he was just kind of a minor annoyance, and he
Yeah.
murdered people last season as well.
He did. It felt
But
much
not
more
as-
malicious.
Yeah, not as much as with one particular character.
Two. There were two that
Yeah.
die horribly.
That's right, I forgot about the last one.
Oh my God, that's awful.
They both made me real sad.
I was upset.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I love this show. It's just
It's a good show, man.
The worst part about it is Netflix whole skipping the intro automatically thing. I only heard the theme song once.
Oh no, fuck that. They've learned their lesson.
You turn that off?
I've come back too much for that. It's too good, man.
Yeah.
The way that he forced rhymes a lot more in this particular season. Instead of saying worse, he says weirse in order to get it to rhyme. It's funny because there's kind of a pause. It's good, man. Neil Patrick Harris, kudos.
It's my favorite.
He does a good thing.
Like, I love Barney Stinson. I really liked most of How I Met Your Mother, but like, it's easily the most I've enjoyed him, and it's the most I've enjoyed Patrick Warburton. Like, I love him.
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat Putty.
It's very hard to beat Putty and Kronk.
Putty's my second. Kronk's my number one.
I mean, you got a problem. You got the 8-ball.
But yeah, I mean,
all signs point to yes.
I love them both. Like, I think the Crows episode might be my favorite. The
Village, the Val Village.
Yeah, mainly because also Kelso's in that episode.
Oh yeah, he is the old man.
Yes, he is.
He plays that pretty well.
He really does.
Turns out.
Follow the rules. Yeah, I really like that show. I can't wait for season 3, hopefully, which they haven't confirmed yet, right? Or have they?
No, not yet.
I hope it happens.
It'll happen. They'll wrap it up in season 3.
And I think they got to do it pretty quick.
4,
Like, I think they recognize the fact that Sonny, which was the third kid's name.
It's really funny. They can write whatever they want to at this point.
I guess that's true too. Plus the way it ends, I can see them.
It feels like the way that it escalated a lot this year.
Yes, it did.
So I think the way that they did it, I think 3 seasons feels right as far as the writing.
And it's a popular show, but not like uber popular.
Yeah.
So I don't see it going.
Neil Patrick Harris he'll make, if he wants it to be 4, he'll just say it's going to be 4, and they'll be like, okay,
that's fair.
Well, I mean, 3 feels right. I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree.
Lost in Space.
Yes.
Oh
We're
man,
talking about that.
My number 2 show of the year so far.
I'm not that high on it, but I did really like it.
I don't think I'm that high either, but it is definitely a top 10 contender.
It's a contender for me. Yeah,
it's good.
I liked it a lot.
It's damn good.
Dr. Smith is up there for villain of the year.
She might be my number 1 right now.
She's
man,
awesome.
Parker Posey is so hateable. Just her face, man.
Yep.
The string of texts my father sent me, because anything that in his mind resembles a dog relationship at all, like in any way, he hates
like
if
the
it
robot?
goes south. And for him, that robot's a damn dog. Like, he got mad. He was like, I'm not going to see Rampage if that monkey dies. I swear to God, I'm not. He hated King Kong because King Kong died.
So much is being explained to me right now.
Is that why he doesn't like Marvel stingers? It's the pet dog of Marvel movies.
But man, I love this show.
It's really good.
It's awesome.
So have you seen the weird internet thing going on where all these women have posted about how hot they think the robot is?
What?
Yeah.
I love the internet.
I was going to say that is the best.
Netflix has acknowledged it. They were like, we were prepared for how great Lost in Space was going to be received. What we were not prepared for was this. And they just read a highlight reel of all these tweets. They were like, whoa.
So it turns
That's
out from our
amazing.
prior discussion, spoilers, by the way, for Lost in Space.
Yeah, let's do spoilers for Lost
was
in
the
Space.
same robot. You guys were asking that last time.
What?
In
On
terms
the
of
ship?
the attack, yeah, because you had only seen episode
Oh
1
yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
I love the arc of that character. Of
It's really
the
good. Turns
robot.
out there is more than one robot, though.
Yes, there is. And the second one's a dick.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just in attack mode. He hasn't been changed by a little boy.
Which happens from
Will,
time to
and
time.
you know my disdain for most young actors. I enjoyed Will.
He's really good.
He's real
He's
good.
really, really good.
You know who's not? Penny. Penny sucks. She's
a-
my
she's
only
also
part of the
very
show
good.
that I don't
she's
like.
she's okay. I think a lot of her lines are written poorly. They're not giving her a lot to work with.
All around, I just didn't enjoy Penny all the
I
time.
like her better than I like the doctor girl who
Judy?
I like
seems
Judy.
like she is getting statutory raped at some point by that dude.
Yeah,
like
that
was
dynamic
much
is
older than
weird.
her. She
In-
did. There
in
is
real
one line
life,
of
it's-
dialogue that establishes her as 18 in this show, though.
In
And
real
I think
life,
that's
he
why.
is. In real life, he is 12 years older than her, but he seems like he's way older.
Yeah, he looks
Like
40
upper
years older.
30s to like 16.
Yeah, and they established her as 18 in the show. I think for that reason.
I mean, he still looks like he's in his upper 30s.
Yeah.
I like both those characters, though. I
I
actually really like
love
Judy.
the guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really. I don't
Tom?
mind her, but she's.
His real name is
whatever.
Ignacio. Full circle.
Yeah,
Damn
he's
it,
great.
Came back.
Him and
Cumed
him
back.
and him and Debbie.
I like that.
Eh.
I enjoyed Debbie. I did not enjoy Angela.
Angela.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that
fuck
why?
Angela.
The black lady they saved that eventually tries to get
Kill
the
the-
gun and kill
She's
the robot.
the reason that it all
Oh.
happened.
Nyong'o Jr.
I mean,
She looks a lot like her.
That was hashtag Joshish.
I'm uncomfortable, man.
No, she looked a lot like her in the face.
That's one of those.
she's tall and skinny.
She's got a face like hers.
Maybe I'm just misremembering Lupita Nyong'o.
It's getting worse.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's getting worse.
No, you're
No,
making it
yeah,
weird.
you made it a little worse. It's back to you.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Okay. There's one part about this show that drove me up the fucking wall.
Okay. Was it how they pronounce symbiote?
No, that's coming. No, it's I guess the writing version of that is where the leader takes his wife and his kid and that one guy who likes him and tries to escape the planet, and everybody fucking lets it slide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no one cared.
that was shitty.
I was like, what is happening? He's just sitting there. Somebody beat his ass.
Angry mob, get your
Yeah.
torches.
He was going to leave everybody knowingly.
Yeah, and he was. Wait,
No, he
I
was
think
going to
he's-
send down fuel.
Yeah, I think that's what he's using, but
But
they
he didn't tell anybody that.
Yeah, they didn't get properly angry for
Well,
that.
That's
I mean,
fair.
He found out there was a black hole sun, and had to get the fuck out of there.
Whitney Cume.
The episode, I think it's episode 7, when they're trying to go get fuel and just things are going and like there's crews are all separated and like there's hard decisions to be made. I really enjoyed that episode, like where the kid dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was
Good
kind of
episode.
surprising. There was
Yeah.
a couple of moments that felt surprising to me. The end of episode 8,
Yeah.
where I was like, "Oh shit!"
You got me a little bit on that one because you were ahead of me, and I don't think you knew you were ahead of me. And
Yeah.
so, like in episode 8, I was like, something's happening, and then like
can't
it set up,
remember.
I was like, well, they're gonna blow up.
My bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was awesome still,
Yeah,
and I was still like, holy shit.
yeah. It was kind of surprising. There was a handful of moments that this entire crew
Him
is
and the mom
most
in the tar pit was really good
unlucky.
acting. by the
Oh, it
way.
was awesome. I don't know if that's exactly how that would have happened if they would have
Oh no,
climbed out through tar through a
no. the
a
weight of it
bouncy
would've
house essentially.
probably crushed them.
Nah. Future technology.
Them leaning
We're
into
good.
the comedy afterwards when she says "I love you too," and she still got helium. Voice
Yeah, that
going
was
through.
that
really
was funny. That
They
made
do,
me laugh.
They
Yeah.
do comedy pretty well in this.
There's
Like
just
the
so much
lightheartedness
balance.
is good. There's
Yeah.
adventure. That's
There's
good.
so much unlucky things that happen to these people.
I
like,
out loud said, "This is the Silicon Valley of sci-fi."
I will say I was very, very happy that the season did end with them actually being like separated,
Lost into
though.
space.
Yeah, like
with
I
Dr.
like
Smith.
that
I
they-
liked what they did for the first season, though. I
I
liked
do
that they
agree
weren't
with
like that.
but like
Yeah.
now that they are actually completely separated,
They've got
They're-
their crew.
yeah, and
the robo engine or whatever's
Yeah.
happening with
Yeah.
the.
And
That was cool. By
they
the
got to
way.
get Robot back. I mean, that's obviously
He's
gonna
on the
happen.
ship.
He's on the
somewhere.
I had to convince my dad. He's like, "How do you know he's back?"
because it's
It's
lost in
lost
space.
in space.
You gotta have the
90% of
robot.
what people know about that is
Danger
the
Will
robot.
Robinson.
Oh my God, friend Will Robinson.
It got me a little bit. It got me a little bit. It was really
Oh,
good, man.
It was.
I liked. Yeah, there's a lot of good things
Man,
about
Captain
that.
Flint in space kicks a little ass, doesn't
He's
he?
awesome. I miss Black Sails so much. God, he's so good. I love that guy. Oh man, Toby Stevens. God, he's
Yes.
just a good actor, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Just overall, like sports. I didn't know my sound was on.
Sports
It's been a while.
indeed.
That was loud.
It was. That's why I keep it on vibrate and for fun reasons. You guys know.
Oh yeah.
Crotch
I
pocket.
like the bat monsters
Crotch pocket.
for kids.
Would you like?
What?
Crotch pocket for kids. Fun.
Nope. Still not good.
All right.
You're on a
Let's go
list.
back to talk about Lupita and Nyong'o and Angela.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
You saw
Oh, the
Crotch
bat monsters.
pockets.
I liked all the monster
That's it.
designs on
The
this.
the poop fuel. I fucked that one up. The
They
puke
did.
Fuel.
All right, what's the next show?
No, I wanted to talk about it.
Oh,
Anyway.
the monster with the bugs too. He had a pretty
Oh, that
cool
was
design.
cool. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Star Wars monsters kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
Dewbacky.
So I don't remember a whole lot.
That sounded racist.
It sounded
Was that about
bad,
Hispanic?
didn't it?
Say
Slightly.
Goobacky?
Doobacky.
Oh,
No, they didn't take.
Oh,
that
Goobacky
ain't-
sounds much worse.
Gooback is from South Park.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're the ones that tick your jobs.
Check out Sotwood.
Got it.
It is purposely racist.
Got it.
That's
Got
the
it.
one that ends with a giant gay orgy in a field.
It is. It is. That's how they turn them away.
God, I love early
Hashtag
South
South
Park.
I love all South Park.
That's true.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. I guess we can move on.
Yeah.
That show's awesome.
It's good. It's
having,
very good.
having finished it in 2 days, basically since it came out, I was like, I gotta wait a long time, and I'm very upset about
Also,
it.
when Netflix gives money to shows, they make really pretty shows.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
They do good things.
It's not Altered Carbon, but it's really good.
I don't
No
think
show
it's
is
quite
Altered
Star Trek
Carbon.
either, but it's very close.
Correct.
It's comparable to Star Trek. I would put those two around the same, which is very
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Altered
Production,
Carbon is
yes,
stupid.
not- I
Altered
wouldn't say
Carbon
the
is a
writing.
summer blockbuster that got put onto a TV show.
Yeah. That's the reason why they're going into movie theaters.
Yes. Let's talk some movies.
All right.
Do you want to watch Game Over, man?
I did.
Did you? I didn't get to it. Should we wait, or do you want to talk about it?
I can save you guys a lot of time.
Is it
Not
bad?
good.
It's awful. It's the worst movie by far I've seen this year.
Ouch.
Oh, man, I gotta watch it now.
It's
Well, we gotta know if it's in the contention for
Wait,
that.
I want you to
I wanna be able to
explain
know.
it in
That's fair.
full detail so that he really ends up liking it.
no.
Do you
I'm
want
not,
me to explain the plot?
I am not going to
Shallows
shallows
all
this.
over the place,
Is
Chuck.
I'm not going to shallow.
Unicron.
Transformers it.
Is Earth Unicron?
You said Unitron the first time, didn't you?
No,
He said Unicron. I heard
think
it.
you did.
don't pat me up. I don't need you.
No, I'm not going to shallows all over the place. There is a lot of dick in this show, though. This movie,
Trey is in.
like a lot of dick. Real
Saddle
dick,
up. Let's
fake
do
dick.
this.
I mean, it's all over.
What
the
a
place.
Shaggy?
dick? Is that what you just said?
There
Real
is
dick
a
and fake
giant
dick.
thick dick
Oh.
that is supposedly attached to
Did
Daniel
you say
Stern.
Shaggy?
Shaggy's in the show.
Is he?
It
Oh,
wasn't
that's right.
me,
It's
Josh.
About, that's
it was
right.
the whole comedy bit for the first trailer.
I
He's-
got that.
Barely in this. The funny stuff you guys have seen. The rest of it
All
is
right, then.
god fucking
I mean,
awful.
I had no
I
desire
would-
to see
I
it
might
anyway.
watch this
I hate
tonight.
the
like
workaholic guys.
offensive how bad it is.
I like Adam
I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
Driver, but I
Now I
hate-
gotta watch it.
Yeah, see?
Fuck.
Man, you are a sap.
I mean, I'm gonna have to watch it because I plan on watching just about everything you guys do.
Would you mind if we pushed one more week? Because I just didn't get a chance, and I really do want to watch it. Gotham by
Oh
Gaslight.
man,
It's 2 months old 3 months old now. So
Do you want Suicide Squad Hell to Pay now? Because I've got that too.
sure, I'll watch
want
that.
it.
Too bad, Josh. Give me back
Ha-ha!
my goddamn comic books, and then you can have it.
Let me tell you about Batman Ninja.
No, let's talk about The Ritual.
I would rip your throat out. You would
What's
die.
The
here.
Ritual?
You would
The
die here
Ritual
tonight.
is a
I've
Did you
never-
watch
horror
this?
I
movie.
wish
Yes.
I'd seen that. Isn't that 2017?
I swore to you I would watch it, so I made sure I watched it.
No, 2018.
Is it? Okay.
It came out February, I think.
Yeah, something like
it's
that.
like the
It was a-
Woods
it was a-
horror movie.
it was
It's
a
the Blair Witch.
Okay.
But I think it's way better. I love this movie.
I have a bit of a bias for Blair Witch, but it's on par with like it's a better made movie than the second Blair Witch.
There is so much like
I really
emotional context.
Blair
Like
Witch.
there's
I liked
a
it too, but
there's a
there's
lot
problems.
of no, that movie sucked. There's a lot of gravitas to
Gravatos.
Stop
Can-
groping your
can I
boobs
say
over there.
that it's too Britishy at times? I struggled understanding them.
I didn't have really that particular man. The way
The beginning, I did.
the
Fuck the Brits,
connection
apparently.
with
They were like, it was
the guy
Cockney,
that was
man.
in the liquor store, like his arc throughout that movie was fucking great,
I
man.
like the
And
guy.
some of the way that they mixed in that with the woods, like at the end when he was being chased by the monster, and the monster design is fucking
The
great.
monster design is awesome. It
It's-
is so cool.
It's really, really clever and well done. And it's not like where you barely see it. There are a lot of times where you're just looking at it, just like,
yeah, it's
like,
freaky.
this
as
is
hell,
a
man.
nightmare.
Interesting.
This is
Eh.
that's
I
based.
might have to check this out.
It's based off of a Norse mythology, by the way. It's
Yeah, Norse
one,
mythology.
It's one of their.
Yeah, it is based in Norse mythology.
It's one of their
I mean-
like gods, and these people are.
It's a son of Loki that they won't name.
Yes, it is.
That's not really
like a
spoiler,
wood.
but
It's like essentially
they're
a.
in Sweden.
It's a woods demon.
How many Skarsgårds are there?
I'm sure there's one in there.
I mean,
there's
there
always
always is.
one.
I mean, they comprise the monster. They're like those
Oh my
horse
God.
outfits.
Skarsgård Voltron?
Yes,
That's terrifying.
Terrifyingly
yet
awesome.
exciting. I want to see
it's
that.
terrifying how awesome it would
I really
be.
enjoyed the movie though. They do.
I liked it a lot.
Tension really well.
The tension was great. Some of that stuff
His
was.
friend is the worst.
Oh, the guy who just
Twists
constantly.
his ankle, and they're like, he's not fucking hurt.
Yeah, he's off. Man, some of the times when like bad things happen to these people, I
When
feel
the first time they woke up in the cabin and like just shit had gone down.
people had shat themselves, and that one guy was praying to the headless god that's upstairs.
Yeah,
I
the
was
shrine
like,
upstairs,
oh,
and he was just like,
Jesus.
"How the fuck did I get here?"
Man, it was some of that was hard to watch. It's really good. The premise is these guys are all going to like this retreat. They're hiking in honor of their friend who dies in
Yeah.
the beginning. And
Badly.
yeah, it's awful. It's hard to watch, but you have to watch it several times due to the fact of what's going on, because in order to fuel itself, the monster makes people relive
Their worst
terrible
day,
things.
basically.
Interesting.
Man, I'll never forget him like running away from the monster in the woods.
It was
he's
tense,
like,
man.
he's running through like the aisles of the liquor store, and he's just like, at some point, it just is the woods, and that thing just like comes out of nowhere. I'm like, holy fuck!
It was really
Man,
cool.
it's
The
good.
design was really good.
I
Yeah,
loved it.
I'll need to watch this.
I did enjoy that. It's easily one of the better Netflix movies I've seen.
Yes,
Yeah,
that guy reminded me of Toby Stevens, also the main guy.
he's been in something that I've seen, and I just can't remember what it is.
Crotch Pocket.
Almost did it again.
Scott Pockets.
Yeah, Scott Pockets.
Did we push that last time? To
No,
the
we
show?
finished it.
We ended up talking about it.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
we talked about it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
'cause
I
I
said
think that
go-
guy's not Caucasian because he's not. I remember now.
Oh yeah, I forgot how wrong and weird you
He's not white.
are. Super Troopers 2.
Yeah.
You're the only one, right?
No,
I
man,
haven't
you
saw
saw it? Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not missing Super Troopers 2. I loved that movie, and I loved the second one.
So I think you might be a bit higher than I am, though I did like it quite a bit.
I
It
laughed
just-
really hard.
I haven't
man,
heard you talk about this.
Yeah, save
Well,
it
I
for the
didn't think you'd
podcast.
seen it.
Oh, okay.
the all three fake Canadians, or no, they're not fake, but they're like bad fake Canadian accents.
Will Sasso being
Dude,
one
Will
of them.
Sasso in particular,
is
That guy's
really
not
funny.
fucking.
He's
best.
not in enough stuff, man.
He's
I love
really
Will
he's
Sasso.
a
Agreed.
funny guy, man.
Wasn't he in that shitty Amazon show last year, the pilot about selling drugs?
Budding Prospects or
Yes.
something like that. Yes,
He
that
was like
show
the-
didn't get picked up.
No, it was bad.
Did the Kathy Bates one though from Netflix?
You got a second season.
Disjointed.
Then it
Yeah.
got a second season. It's already out, and then it got canceled.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
That show
It's
is horrendous.
Literally one of the worst shows I've ever
It is
seen.
awful, like truly, truly awful. Super Troopers 2, not was the opening really weird
Yes.
to you? Like it felt out of place for the rest of the movie. It wasn't bad, like as in like there were funny parts to it, but I was like, what? What was the point of that?
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit weird. I don't know. It was just like a kind
It was
of a-
funny that they won America's Got Talent. It's
Yeah.
a dream sequence they're going through at the beginning for no apparent reason whatsoever. They've become a famous band through winning America's Got Talent.
They
Okay.
almost get Stifler to kiss another dude.
That they do. It's kind of funny, but it has literally no bearing on the rest of the movie
Yeah, it's
whatsoever. It's a
super
dream
random.
sequence, and they come out of it, and then it's never acknowledged again.
Okay.
I was like, okay, and then I was like,
I'd kind of forgotten about
I'm
it.
wondering how the rest of the movie goes now. And then from there on, I loved it. Farva is a national treasure, eclipsed only by the
Dude.
brilliance of Brian Cox.
When they all take the drugs, like the different drugs, Farva is the best.
I don't know,
Give me some
man.
lemonade. Give me some goddamn lemonade.
Thorny and his ongoing joke of how he keeps taking the
Women's estrogen pills.
the Flovascotia.
It's pretty
And how-
fantastic.
Like how he legit just let himself start getting fatter so he would start having more man boobs for the movie. When he did that, he method acted the shit out of a cheap ass comedy they did. It was really funny, man. I just thought there was a lot of like they had some nostalgia jokes that called back to the original, but there was just a lot of just good comedy, I thought.
Yeah, there was 2 or 3 times they like very clearly were referencing back to Super Troopers 1, but yeah, for the most part,
They decide to get back at the Mounties, and they're like, it's on, and then they go back to their hijinks. They're like, I was like, okay, they've hit their
Yeah.
stride. This is hilarious.
it's
Rob
it's
Lowe is
quality
quite
stuff.
great in this.
That brand of comedy, it doesn't appeal to me just naturally as much as it did when I was 17 years old.
Right.
I mean, it still does, but
Yeah.
just not quite as much. So I think that kind of I mean, that and just it's kind of impossible. Like you're never gonna live
You
up
can't
to
live
the
up to
original
the first
Super
one,
Troopers.
especially like how many times we watched it and all
Yeah.
the other stuff. But
That
yeah,
was one of those movies.
yeah, it's clearly I don't like it as much
not
as
as
the first
quotable.
one.
I
But
felt like, but
it's easily the funniest movie I've seen this year so
oh
far.
yeah.
So
I'll
but
give you that for sure.
Is Rob Lowe the real life Benjamin Button?
yes,
It feels like it. That dude
It really
has
does.
never aged.
I mean, it's ridiculous. He was in The
He also-
Outsiders.
his
Has
fake
a-
Canadian accent is wonderful.
Dude,
Like,
all of the fake
hilariously
Canadian accents
bad.
are awesome.
He's 12 years older than me. He's in his 50s.
That's crazy.
God, you're old.
Yeah.
And so is Rob Lowe.
He doesn't look like it, though.
No,
He's a
he
specimen. I
looks
bet he
much
smells
better than
real
you.
classy. Yeah.
I didn't
you know he
hate
does.
that Fred Savage show with him last 2 years
The
ago. or
Grinder?
whatever.
It turns out Fred Savage also in this movie.
Oh, were they
Oh,
grinding?
yeah.
He's in the post-credit scenes, and it is wonderful. God, it's so good. There's like this running gag the whole time of like why they got fired. They never say why until in the post-credit scene, and the whole time is like that unfortunate incident with Fred Savage.
That's funny.
And it turns out it is very funny when you get to see
It
it.
is. I'm just happy that they actually did that.
Oh,
like, it's
yeah.
awesome that Fred Savage did that.
Yeah, it was really funny. Did you stay for like the bloopers and stuff? That they
Not
did?
all of them, no.
They were really funny.
Places to be.
Hmm?
Places to be.
Yeah, I had important shit to do.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yep.
Sleep.
Couldn't even get through
And
that
shit.
sentence without laughing.
Yeah, it's fair. And finally, a little movie that you might have heard of, Avengers: Infinity War.
Hey, can we wait till next week? I haven't seen this one.
You can step
Uh,
out
No.
of life.
So pretty much everyone's seen it in the world.
Sounds like it.
It broke easily the all-time domestic opening, which it was not projected to do. It actually ended up 10 million more than Force Awakens.
Oh, did it go to 258?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I was gonna say easily is.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking
It
it was
went
just still
10 million
just
over.
It made money.
And
Damn.
it smashed the world box office opening with 630, which is 100 million more than second place, and it hasn't opened in China.
Yeah. So the only record it didn't break was just international, like opening or like everything but domestic, and that's
Yeah.
only because
China
Fast and
wasn't.
Furious
Yeah, Fast and Furious
opened
went
up
huge.
day and
in-
date with China. Yeah.
Yeah,
China, Marvel doesn't do huge in China though.
sometimes they do. It depends on the movie.
It does depend on the project. Either way, we're going full spoilers with this, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, and this is the last thing we're talking about. So, if you haven't seen this yet, just go ahead and turn this off.
But tell your friends anyway.
So thoughts?
Holy shit! A lot of movie. There's a lot of movie here.
There's a lot of movie. It's top 3 at worst for me
I agree with that
Like ever?
from Marvel.
for MCU.
Oh, God, it's easily number 1.
It's amazing.
I still have Winter Soldier number 1. I just can't tell if I like this or Civil War more.
There's no comparing. Like, this
I'm-
is
I agree.
a
It dominates
feast
Civil War
for
for me.
the brain, for the mind. Like, literally, I could not go to bed until 2 or 3 in the morning because all of my synapses were firing. Like,
Well, there's
Thanos is awesome.
he's
pretty great.
unstoppable.
He's
God, when
so
he
good.
punches Hulk, and Hulk's like, "Oh fuck," and I was like, "Oh shit!"
The Hulk won't
Punched
come
Hulk
out
of
anymore.
the fucking movie.
He did punch Hulk off the movie.
And I actually like that. Some people didn't like that, but I really like what they're doing. It's going to make the
Oh, he
payoff.
got scared.
It's
He
going
was
to make the
an interesting
payoff
choice.
for when he busts out.
Oh, when he
Yeah.
rages out,
It's
he's
gonna
going to
be
rage out hard.
incredible.
Yeah.
Marvel threw the curveball on that too because they filmed a trailer showing him running in at the
Yeah, they
Wakanda
did.
battle. People were mad about that, and I was like, seriously? I was like,
Dude,
so you
I have seen.
Did they
the
not see
word-
Rogue One? Like that entire trailer
lot
wasn't
of
in
movies.
the.
Yeah,
Like-
I like that.
Every movie site has posted an article about plot holes in this movie
That are not
aren't
plot
fucking
holes
plot holes
at all? Like,
like-
the one about where the Valkyrie plot hole.
Yeah, whereas
It's not a plot
Valkyrie
hole.
wasn't in this movie. What's up with that plot hole?
They-
What the fuck? No.
They also clearly said in the movie that half the Asgardians are still alive.
Yeah, and
Probably,
they were
she's
like,
probably just one of the half, and we all hope Korg is too.
"What's
Oh,
up with
he's a
Gamora's
bop.
decision plot hole?" Like, no,
Not
that's
a plot hole at all.
She decided to go try and get the stone before.
I
Thanos.
mean, it's just what happens when you
God.
get a movie this big. People want to find something
Yeah.
to pick on, and I don't think there's a single damn thing wrong with it. I've
No.
seen some people
Nope.
trying to go after the Black Order. They're like, they're the stupid. I'm like, they are
aside
minions.
from Proxima Midnight.
I mean, sure.
I didn't love the visual
I didn't
design,
like
but
the
I thought she was
design.
a perfectly fine villain.
I thought she was bland. Also, the guy that
They're
was
there
with
just
her,
to fight the
Yeah.
Black Dwarf.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're all
but-
pretty bland except for Maul.
Ebony Maw was easily the best part.
He was
of them.
unstoppable. He
Maul-
made Doctor
That's not
Strange
true.
look like
Corvus. Corvus was toned down a little bit from what he should have been. Corvus, because like at some point, like overthrows Thanos in the comics, so he's a big deal. So, but Ebony Maw was clearly given like the spotlight out of this.
Yeah.
Man, he was.
He's a badass.
Yeah, he made Doctor Strange look like fucking David
What, you remember-
Blaine.
if you remember back to the first time we saw the trailer, and I was freaking out, I was like, "This is Ebony Maw." I'm like, "Do you see these little spikes going in?" Because that's when we saw it. I was like,
Yeah.
"I promise you, he's a big deal," and I was not let down. Like they really showed out on
Just
him.
turns out kids see more movies. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and then we got the fucking Iron Spider legs, which was
Dude.
ruined
Man,
for
that
me
was cool.
beforehand.
You knew they were coming.
I mean,
I
I
did not.
had a very
You didn't
strong
know-
inkling,
you
but
had an Iron Spider suit on.
I know, but I just thought they were calling
Also,
it that.
the
and they were
nanite
gonna-
technology is so badass.
Yeah, it is.
Dude,
it's
Iron Man
the
ramped
coolest
up.
Iron
His
Man's ever
power
been.
ramped up big time.
Tony went toe to toe with Thanos for a while. And it was really fucking cool.
That,
whole
like
scene was
crazy
awesome.
like ray gun shit that like came out of his back that looked like two like giant C's that
in
shot
the-
lasers.
The New York fight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like holy shit, that was awesome.
The way that the Russo brothers handled every single character.
What they
getting-
juggled was impressive.
They use every
It's-
Marvel character better than any other director who's tried.
Man, Captain America had the best intro of a character ever.
It's
It
the
was
best.
dope.
I
God,
love
I
the
was
fact
like,
that the
yeah,
normal ass
that's
humans,
so
I understand
good.
he's a super soldier, but like the regular humans with no like crazy superpowers were the ones that were the most effective against the Black Order.
Well, they also had the element of surprise and doing the attacking and not on the offensive. I mean, I love those guys. They kicked ass.
It
I'm
was
not saying that's just
awesome.
a reason for that.
God,
I
it was
loved
so good.
Yeah, the shot through the train and seeing him, and I was like, oh my fucking god, it's time. And then he just, it was so
God,
good.
the payoff for when him and Tony finally meet again, like
gonna be
the
awesome.
fact that they also strung that out very purposely.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I like they were very smart in how they split up the teams. Doctor Strange, the unsung badass of this. How fucking OP was Doctor Strange for
When he
most of the
busted
movie? He
out
was
1,000
awesome.
of him.
God, he was
that
so
scene in
cool.
particular, I was like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, with like
fucking ass.
the fire lassos and all that
Yes.
shit.
Yeah,
it
but
was
Thanos. did
Even the
some
fight in New
real quick-
York was super cool. He was just
Oh,
going
Wong.
like crazy.
Wong
Wong
cut that
cut-
dude.
yeah.
His hand
You're
off.
invited to my wedding, Wong.
That was funny. They still managed to like wiggle in some truly funny moments.
Oh,
in
there
this.
was a lot of
plenty of
photos.
them. Yeah,
Like when
like
and I know that Star-Lord has a very bonehead move in this.
I mean, whatever.
Whatever. It's a plot device. We can get past it. I don't want to argue about it. But anyway, he was badass in this movie.
He
Up
was
until that
badass.
point, he took out 3 Avengers by himself, essentially, like when they first showed up to meet Spider-Man, Iron Man, and
Yeah, people forget he's not just a regular human. Like,
Yeah.
in this
He's
got a
universe,
bunch
he
of
basically
gadgets,
has half celestial. in
But
him.
like when Doctor Strange was throwing all those like stepping
wants
stones
all
and then the
celestial.
portals, and he like put that thing on there and just flew back and
That
gave
was
double
amazing.
middle
Awesome.
fingers.
God, it was so good. There was a ton of funny moments. Drax just shines.
Why?
Batista's timing is so good.
Drax being invisible is my moment of the fucking year.
It was funny.
He's just sitting there.
I'm sure that I'm invisible.
My movements are so slow you can't possibly see them.
You're eating a zag nut.
That is not a dude. That is a man. You're a dude.
It's like a
like a
had
pirate
baby
angel
with an
baby.
angel.
God, it was funny.
he does have some of the easily the most quotable lines.
Yeah.
There was a lot of.
Man, when they started
I'll
playing,
do you one better. Why is Gamora?
when they started playing the Guardians music, that theater erupted.
Oh yeah,
It
was
and
awesome.
It's
just
because it's
said
the only
space.
it's the only group we haven't seen cross over at all.
Yeah.
Like we've been waiting for them to have some time with all these other
I
people.
mean, people just fucking like the Guardians.
Yeah,
of the
people do
Galaxy,
like the Guardians.
Which
yeah.
is, I've never thought I'd say that 10 years ago.
Nope.
No, Marvel
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
James
literally
Gunn
no one
should
did.
Be paid the most money.
That's
Everybody.
fair. God, I
Man.
love James Gunn.
I
Rocket
love-
has some great stuff. Groot fucking broke his own arm off. It's getting criminally underrated. He
Yeah,
broke
I
his
love
arm off
that.
and made the hilt of Stormbreaker. It was
It
so
was
cool.
really
to make
cool.
the most dominant weapon of all time. FYI, cut off the arm or the head next time, Thor.
He
Please.
came from a mile out.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
and he went halfway through Thanos.
The aura that it made, the rainbow aura of
It was
the Infinity Stones
awesome.
while it was flying was
They went all in
Man,
on
it was
Stormbreaker. It turns out it's not as powerful as Mjolnir in the comics, but they went for it.
Thor was badass in this
He
movie.
became
Yeah.
Thor.
It's
Super Thor.
Thor is like,
That's what he's supposed to be.
Thor is number 2 in this movie,
Man.
at worst for me behind Cap.
God, he was a badass. Like the whole.
Dude,
I mean,
man.
talk about
taking the heart of the star to his fucking back.
Dude,
Hey.
that whole scene was that whole thing on.
that was
I am
filmed
not a
so
awesome.
cool.
super
The
huge
perspective
fan.
thing with
Dinklage.
I forgot. Yeah, with
See,
Dinklage
that-
there.
I'm not the biggest fan of the way
Oh.
it looked.
Oh, I thought it looked amazing the way they did the perspective. That was like Lord of the Rings perspective, like film work for me. I thought it was really well done because they built a whole miniature place for Dinklage to be normal size in.
That's cool. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it is cool. It looked out of place, and maybe that was just my own mind being like, oh, I know he's a tiny man. Like,
Yeah, I thought it looked amazing.
But
I
the whole
mean,
it
scene
did
was
take me a
awesome. Turns out
second
space
for my
dwarves are
brain to
giant.
adjust.
yeah.
yeah, I loved that too. But I mean, yeah, I loved the idea. I really liked, Thor opening up that fucking actuator or whatever too, just to make the weapon. Like,
Everything
can't
about
say
this
enough
movie was
positive
great.
about the movie.
It was so good. They have, at least for the first part, because it is a 2-part, but they've stuck the landing so far. And for what they've created, and we've talked about it, turns out it's not easy to make a cinematic universe. And for 10 years, and they've had a plan, and they've known this is how it's going to end for a long time,
Yep.
or in the end of the first part, I guess. And they are really sticking the landing, and the Russos did a wonderful job. They've juggled it so well. To me, there are just no negatives worth pointing out. This movie is
no.
a 10 to me.
Man, the White Wolf / Winter Soldier / Bucky, whatever you want to call him, picking up Rocket,
Rocket
and using
was
it as a
awesome.
dual wield.
Yeah.
God,
Black Panther was awesome, as
Yeah, he
always.
was.
and Rocket being like,
Okoye.
I'm gonna get
I'ma
that
get
arm.
that arm.
I'm gonna get that arm.
Yeah, that was funny. But Okoye and Scarlet
Black Widow.
Witch and Black
Against
Widow
Proxima.
was awesome.
The lady
dude.
fight.
Great.
Yeah, and she just threw up into a death.
Man, I want a
Somewhere
Black
on the
Widow
set of-
solo movie. I
Yeah.
love the way her fighting style is
It's
so
coming.
fucking
I'm almost
badass.
convinced it's coming now.
Somewhere
Who
on the
dat?
set of fucking
Black Widow.
I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Black
Spot.
Widow.
I just like
Huh?
her style.
Somewhere on the set of Blind Spot, Jamie Alexander's like, fuck.
Whatever. This show's awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't say that.
Also,
front,
poor
right.
Valkyrie. Like I get that they couldn't
Man,
possibly
I
fit
would have.
anymore.
I would have loved
but
to see.
There is a negative worth pointing out. There's no fucking Korg.
They're all on an escape pod.
I
Her
don't
and
give a
Korg
shit.
and a
And there's a
freshly
whole movie
unconcluded
coming.
meat.
But-
Just them.
I
That would be
posit
awesome.
this.
Yeah, it would
I posit this. As Thanos
What
is
this?
like,
The Asgardians.
as Thanos is like, go for the head next time, and he's about to snap his fingers. What if you just heard, "Hey man,
Hey man, we don't need to do that, man.
Your glove's shiny, man.
it's a revolution."
The revolution has begun. God, him snapping his
And then he
fingers
goes,
was
"Get him,
everything
Mitch."
away. So I told you guys we were talking about what this movie would be after Ultron, like years ago, and I told you guys that this would end with him snapping his fingers, and I was close, but
They had to. They
they did it the right way, man. Because I was like, people have been confused, even though they like gave exposition
snap a
like
lot.
3 times into what it would do.
I just forgot about my true moment of the year. Sorry.
But man, him snapping and then the fallout of that, and with the fade away of the characters, especially
Dude.
Tom Holland acts his ass off.
Yeah, he does.
Spider-Man.
Wasn't that
I
ad-lib?
cried.
Everybody was like, "It's like,
Mr.
hey,
Stark, I don't
he's
feel
like
good."
Steve," and then Bucky's gone. Like everybody's gone except for Tom Holland. Was the slowest fade out ever. I don't know if it had to do with like
Well, I
proximity
think he
or
had
People
tears.
really love his relationship.
Oh
with
man,
Tony,
it was
too.
hard
Yeah.
to watch.
I think he ad-libbed that. Like from what I read an article
He was
today.
really
Regardless,
Crazy.
that and Loki's death was like brutal for me. Like
Yeah,
it
Loki
was,
was
hard to watch.
Oh.
Tom Holland like that was a really solid death.
Yeah.
Boone
Yes.
was arguing, he was like, he can come back. And I was like, his contract's up. Oh,
Oh, Loki.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Tom Hiddleston's gone, man.
Also, most of Vision's head is gone.
He's probably gone.
Gray
We-
Vision is cool looking. I wish they would just keep him gray like that for a little bit.
Oh
It's
yeah,
kinda
maybe they'll
badass
make
looking.
Gray Hulk.
His head's gone
That'd be
for
awesome.
the most part.
It'll be back.
It is. I think he'll be back too.
That seems
As much as I don't want Paul Bettany to get any
awesome.
fucking work.
That scene
I,
was
I
awesome.
do love the
And
Vision.
especially, I don't like the movie Vision, but like from his perspective, he was like, finally, sweet release. And then like it goes back in time. He's like, oh no, what's happening?
and
He
he's
came out of
gonna
nowhere.
Pop my head open. What were your best moment?
Red Skull's back.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Red Skull.
surprise for sure.
I didn't see it
That
coming.
didn't get leaked anywhere,
I've
did
been
it?
Waiting.
I've been waiting on
That
that,
was
to happen too.
A great like
was
secret
wonderful.
that they kept.
It was really cool.
And it was so
That
good.
theater popped hard.
Yeah, it did.
It was so
It was. We had a good
awesome.
crowd.
Awesome.
We did have a good
Wasn't
crowd.
Avengers 1 level crowd,
I
but
don't
nothing
know if
probably
anything
ever will be. Yeah,
But God, that was amazing.
it was a solid crowd though.
So I'm trying to think. Like every character seemed like they had at least a standout moment.
Oh
And-
yeah,
and that's impressive.
Nebula.
I mean, I still don't consider her a main character. She's kind of ancillary for me.
I
But
mean,
Yeah.
she was torn
she's definitely
apart.
B tier.
She's alive, so she's
She's the reason Tony's able to get back to Earth, pretty much.
probably.
Somebody had to be there with him because he was all alone, and his
God,
nanotechnology.
The almost
God,
death
that
of Tony
seems like
Stark
a-
was super well done.
What was
That
that?
theater, you could have heard a pin drop when everybody thought Tony was about to die.
Oh, I thought it for sure.
Yeah.
It was all,
Oh,
that
yeah.
scene was really well done, and also just the fact when Thanos is like Stark, he's like, you know me, and like the respect there, I was like, hell yeah,
Yeah,
because
it was really cool.
Iron Man is the reason this happened, like it for Marvel Disney, like
Yeah.
Yes,
Iron Man was a bigger success than they ever dreamed, and that gave them the green light to just fucking run with it.
I remember
They
that-
had a plan, but that like they got their confidence and they went with it. And Iron Man went from always being an Avenger in the comics, you know,
In the
and
background.
but he was a B+ player. He was not
At
an A
best.
player.
He had his
Yeah.
own Fox cartoon.
But he is the face of
He did get the
Marvel
90s
now,
treatment.
even more than Cap. And as awesome as Cap in the MCU has been, like Tony is the face of the MCU.
agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would call Cap the heart. For
Yeah,
real, though.
100%. But yeah, Tony is the face, and like that scene, like the respect from Thanos that they give, like it just every little bit of that just paid off for me, like,
Yeah.
and it gave like so much validation to what we've been watching for so fucking long,
Mhm.
and will be for a long time. And
Right.
you know what? Who knows where it goes from here? We're getting a second part of this one. For you guys that don't know how this is going to turn out, not all those people are dead. There's a place called Soul World. Look it up.
we have to get Adam Warlock, right? I mean,
I don't see. We've been talking about that. Adam Warlock's a lot to explain for him just to fucking pop up.
I agree. I
man.
want Adam Warlock, but it is a lot to explain.
And James Gunn said twice now. He's like, Adam Warlock's coming in Guardians 3. Like, he's a huge part of Infinity Gauntlet in the comics.
but they don't have to do that. In
They
the-
don't
So
have
is
to
Silver
do that.
Surfer.
Like, can
He's
you,
not
you
in
see,
there,
You
so.
can see a feasible way in which, like, if you were to add Captain Marvel to that lineup that's left, like, they have a way of.
I mean, Captain Marvel's
Getting-
coming.
Yeah,
I
that was a
understand.
cool ass stinger.
It was great.
First
Um,
off, the fact there was no mid-credit stinger, and at the gravitas that played, and we were all like, "Did they not do a fucking stinger?" That was incredible. Like the lights
Yeah.
came on in the theater. I'm like, "Was that in the fucking contract?" Because that was well played. Because everybody goes, "When the lights came on," I was like, "Oh my god!"
And we finally got Fury back, and we got Maria Hill, and then they
Then
did
they
not
died.
last.
But man, that pager like signaling out and
I-
then hitting the Captain Marvel signal, I was like, "Yes!"
I love the fact that it was a 90s pager that he's basically just modified to keep alive for the last 20 years because he has
To
to have a way to
contact
contact
space.
Captain Marvel.
because he's
Yeah.
Fury.
Yes,
That's
it's
he is
great.
always prepared.
Also, he
And
probably
he
should have
knew
paged
that
her.
Ultron would
I
have
was
been
gonna say,
easily
he probably
beat.
should have paged
you
her like
know.
3 years ago, but
And the
whatever.
Chitauri, New
Yeah,
York.
they had
There's
it.
They had
more
it handled
cities.
clearly.
Oh man, I can't wait. But I can't see how Adam Warlock fits in. They'd have to do it in Captain Marvel. You cannot just be like, "Oh, here's Adam that you
Yeah.
introduced in Guardians 2, and this kind of happens." Blah blah blah. I just don't see
You
it
could,
working.
but I don't think you should.
Doctor Strange is going to take the Adam Warlock spot
You
for
think?
I
what
can
he
totally
does from
see
the
that.
comics. I mean, he's the one that has the plan. He's the one that seems to understand the Infinity Stones. He
Man,
clearly,
he's a mega badass.
yeah, and he
He's
clearly.
so cool in this
He
movie.
clearly
There's a
understands
reason
the
he
end.
lets them. He gives
After
him the stone.
14,506.
That was a
Indeed.
cool way to
permutations.
do that.
It was cool. Like
And so
he's
many people still don't get the fact that that's playing out the way that it's supposed to.
Doctor Strange is. I am fairly certain going to play the Adam Warlock role in this.
I can see that very much.
Warlock will very much be a part of the MCU. We know that for a fact. It's just I
I'm
don't think they
excited
can
for it.
shoehorn him in. I think if they could redo it, maybe they would a little bit, like maybe put him in Guardians 2, but they also like really have a
There was
great
a lot
relationship
in
with James
Guardians
Gunn,
2.
and James Gunn didn't want to do it yet. So
Well, and Vision's kind of taken some of the Adam Warlock stuff with the
early on,
Infinity Stone, and
yeah.
his creation, all that.
Yeah, because I mean, Adam lives in Soul World, and they've changed like what all's going on with the Soul Stone and all that. Gamora's death was also really cool.
I still have a hard time thinking she's gone permanently.
I do
think-
too, but I think that they could be, and it would be a bold move, which is a good move. I think
I agree.
killing characters you don't expect is a good move, but
I could see them.
a lot of
almost
these
like,
guys are coming back, and a lot that are alive. I love that the fact that there's a few extras, but their original Avengers are all alive to have our final moment with them as
Yeah.
the payoff. So
Yeah.
that's going to be
Outside
amazing.
of
I still think Thor lives.
It could be his
He
renewed
wants to
interest
do it
after Taika
again.
Waititi took over. Like, he really enjoys being Thor now. Chris Evans, we know, is out. That doesn't mean he dies. We don't know where Robert Downey Jr. is. I could still totally see him playing a recurring, like, Nick Fury-ish role, like
I would
Leader
like that.
Shield.
I'd like to
or
see,
he could die, but
like at this point, I'd like to see Ruffalo. Even though I don't think it works as a movie, I'd like to see him get a shot at a solo Hulk movie.
there's still too many legal complications for it.
The Paramount stuff.
Now, I mean, what this is we've been seeing. Supposedly, this was part 2 of a 3-part Hulk story that we are seeing playing out. You saw Ragnarok was part 1, like because Feige and because Feige and Ruffalo had a meeting and he said, "Listen, we're not going to do a Hulk movie, but I want to tell a Hulk story." And he said, "So we're going to mix it in over a 3-story arc." And this was part 2, so we've kind of. So we have a whole, like, there will clearly be some type of focus on Banner in the next one.
Yeah.
I liked Loki getting in to say we have a Hulk.
It was awesome. It was so cool. Idris Elba finally got wrote out of the MCU.
Yeah, he did.
He got his
It's
wish.
his wish.
He got stabbed hard.
Yeah, he did.
But him sending out Hulk there was pretty badass, man. And I
Yeah.
was like, why didn't you also send Thor? But that's cool.
I mean, the dark. He said like, "What? Let the dark magic flow through me one more time," or whatever. I guess is that just the magic of the Bifrost?
It's
or
the
is
Bifrost.
That...
It's
okay.
just the Bifrost. I'm interested. I'm just interested to see like how they are going to piece all this together. I'm interested to see who comes back.
Very much so.
Because some will be dead, some will not.
I could see them like kind of resetting
I'm
and
interested to
bringing
see-
everybody back.
I'm interested
and
to see
then,
what
like,
villains could pop up. I mean, they clearly established like what happened with Red Skull. Like anybody that was quote unquote killed by an Infinity Stone is technically can be in Soul World. You can
And-
easily get Ronin.
I never.
Yeah.
I never.
Ultron was killed by an Infinity Stone.
Technically, yes, because of Vision.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I hadn't even thought about that one. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I never
That's what
took
we need.
him.
He doesn't
as
have
being,
a soul though. I wouldn't. Well, maybe they could write that in. Sorry,
I never took him as being killed by the Tesseract, though.
a lot of people did.
Really, it felt very clear to me that
It was-
he was like
well-
sucked away.
Well,
like,
it
he
was ramped up because of the
He
fact that
fell
Hugo
apart
Weaving,
like,
and Hugo Weaving was like, "I'm never playing that again."
The Hugo Weaving part was. It didn't look like he got like torn apart or anything. It looked
He
like
fell
just got,
apart like they
teleported
did.
Away.
No, he fell apart like they did at the end of the
Yeah,
movie.
he kind of
and the-
pieced away.
Did he?
yeah,
Like Drax did in this movie?
Yeah.
Turned into meat cubes.
that was crazy.
And
At
then
first, I was
Spring
like, "What the
Mantis?
fuck happened?"
Reality Stone is OP, as you said.
Yeah, it is.
Also, Lee's kid laughing at the beginning of the movie was amazing.
His high pitched laugh.
And the second time it happened, I heard from like 5 seats away somebody go, "Really?"
What a dick! He's
I
clearly
know,
a kid
right?
enjoying the movie.
It was hilarious.
oh
He
man,
could have been saying about me too. I was very loud.
we all were. I
mean,
I
it
don't know how many
was-
times
I
I, was
yelled,
like,
I
"Holy
knew it
shit!"
in the
I
middle
kept
of the
talking.
theater.
I kept talking to Josh. I was like, "This is happening." You're like, "I know."
But at the same time, I kept being one to be like, "This is amazing."
It is amazing.
My kids had totally different reactions. Like Freeman didn't want to say. He didn't want me to talk to him at all. Like every time I even looked at him, he was just like putting his hand up to me.
I got shit to do.
But Trey just like every time something crazy happened, like his mouth would drop and he would immediately look to me. He's like, "Is that what happened in the comics?" I'm like, "Shut up."
Man, I'm gonna be
I
real sad
know.
that I'm gonna be real sad that the Iron Spider suit's not coming back after this. I don't think, or at least not for a very long time.
You gotta get rid of it, man.
yeah.
Too powerful.
It is too powerful. That's not who Spidey is. Like you gotta have this
Agreed.
so he can battle a cosmic.
This is the way that it needed to be done.
Yeah,
I know,
he is
it's
a but
just
he is
so
a
fucking
friendly
cool.
neighborhood Spider-Man.
I can see it returning for Avengers 4 in some fashion, but after that, I don't
Well,
think
no,
it's
yeah,
there.
he's gonna have it for Avengers 4.
No, yeah, but Spider-Man 2.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's going to
That's
be...
no.
Scarlet Spider instead.
It'll still be a slightly updated suit,
Ben.
but
$20.99.
My God.
I'm okay with all this whole Spider-Verse
I mean, I could see
situation.
them playing with more costumes outside of just the classic suit.
Oh,
You
they're
know
not
what?
gonna do
They
that.
could actually bring that up with the Reality Stone. That wouldn't.
Mhm.
That wouldn't be that big of a stretch.
God
at all.
help the poor exec that brings in the 2099 universe. Because I am the only one that likes the 2099 universe.
That's not true.
You like Spider-Man 2099.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I
Okay.
see the distinction now.
Yeah,
You're
there's
right.
a lot of other ones that didn't go well. Them and the Spider-Man and X-Men 2099 are the only ones that are still like even mentioned that are still a thing. And Punisher, weirdly,
I own a Punisher 2099 comic.
I own number 1. I have number 1 for X-Men and Spider-Man displayed in my man room.
If I see,
They're not worth as much as they should be.
If I see a Scarlet Spider, I'm punching Trey as hard as I can in his old ass arthritic shoulder.
It's my neck, you asshole.
It's connected.
You
never
don't know
heard
that
the song?
You don't know that song.
Which is Earlier Than You Thought, and not Nicki Minaj.
True story.
Oh man! All right, I think that's enough for it, man. So
Always end on Nicki
think
Minaj.
of the 3 movies we've had this year.
4 and a 2.
We've had Black Panther, which was
Mhm.
way more awesome than I think any of us anticipated.
Yes.
God, I forgot how good it is.
Ready
too.
Player One
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah,
and Infinity War.
Ugh.
it's a solid trio.
Holy crap!
I'm still holding out hope that Aquaman's up in that discussion.
Well, think of. I mean,
I hope so.
We've got Ant-Man and Wasp, Solo, Aquaman. I mean, there's a shit ton
There's
of
a
movies
lot of
coming
movies
out.
coming
Deadpool.
out this year.
Deadpool 2, yeah. Jesus.
Deadpool's in 2 weeks.
That's
Man.
awesome. God, that movie's gonna be so good.
His
Yeah.
handwritten Avengers
was
rejection
incredible.
letter was really funny.
That and that Star Wars poster
That
today
guy
with
just gets
them
it,
handing
man.
the
Well,
lightsaber
I
over.
love the
was
Passing
cool.
the
story of like
lightsaber.
him and Lucas going back and forth. Like every time there was a new like box office leader or whatever.
Have you guys
Yeah.
seen the list of the top 10 highest
but Jurassic
grossing
World Are
weekend
Disney-owned?
Yeah, 9 are
opening
Disney,
weekend?
right?
9 out of 10 are Disney. Jurassic World's the only one that's not Disney.
And like number 4 too. It's high on the list.
Yeah, it's
People
4,
like
it's 4 or
dinosaurs,
5.
Josh.
It was number 1 when it happened because
Uh-huh.
Avengers was number 1. Jurassic World beat it, and then since then 2 Star Wars have beaten it, and Avengers now.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see if Fallen Kingdom has a chance. Even like people, the
At number
majority of
1?
people not at number 1.
I
but
was like,
making the
no.
top 10.
Maybe I
I
doubt
see
it.
it beating out Beauty and the Beast at number 9.
It's at number 9. I forget what's number 10. It may be no Ultron's.
I never got Beauty and the Beast did that well.
Oh, it's Iron Man
crazy.
3. Iron Man 3 is at number 10, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
I'm excited
people
for some of those
really
live
liked
action
Jurassic
Disney
World.
things.
I know you guys didn't. That
They
much.
did.
Like, you did.
I loved it.
Yeah, he
I did
loves it.
too.
Me and Trey don't love it, but I mean,
It's
it still
okay.
was very popular. I don't think. I mean, it hasn't been 20 years since a beloved franchise was back.
Yeah, and
It's going to be less. It's going to have The Last Jedi to The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
It's going to make a ton of money, but not as much.
no, which is why I think it's in the bottom half of it. Does it? But
I can see it.
Turns
not
out
making
people
top
like dinosaurs, Star Wars, and comic books.
10. Turns out,
Turns out,
Q make books.
and Disney owns 2 of the 3.
It's like comic
It
books,
sounded
Josh.
like you did.
Maybe later.
not really.
That's fair.
Oh.
All right, well, let's cut it there. If you watched this and you haven't seen Infinity War,
Why? On both.
Still go
fronts.
see it.
I would still go watch it because I really want to see it again. And
Nobody
I
does. Everything's fine.
Yeah, we lied just then.
I don't feel so good though.
2016.
No, I get it. Tom Holland, man, it was so sad.
It was.
It was.
heartbreaking.
I like
yeah,
the kid. Now I'm like, I want you to be in things.
I know, right?
Oh yeah,
But also never turn down a Spider-Man movie.
correct.
That cast just gets it, man. They have a lot of fun together. All the Kimmel stuff I've been watching with them, like,
Yeah.
How'd you guys see
Yeah.
the Brady Bunch?
Brady Bunch
I
thing?
Yeah.
didn't see
It
that
was
one.
fun.
I saw the one with like Ruffalo and Scarlett Johansson.
where they were like,
Um,
guess who did this
yeah.
and all that, because they're like, who flashed someone in public? And it's Scarlett Johansson. She was like, I
Told a
forgot to-
story about her vagina.
Yeah, she's
Said
like, yeah,
vagina a lot.
yeah, she was in a airplane bathroom and
And
the
then
door flew
Guillermo
open and a guy was
handing
there
out
and she was like,
bonsai.
spread eagle. She was like, well, there's my vagina.
And
Lucky
Guillermo
guy.
getting to hand them all bonsai trees.
Yeah,
And
it was
Batista
funny.
Just not getting it was.
It was.
hilarious.
There's been a lot of like really funny
The-
stuff. That crew
the
like
mean
seems
tweet.
like they
Look
have
that
a lot
up.
of fun together.
Also, shout out to the guy in our theater who was like, "They killed Black Panther after only one movie."
Yeah, the guy that just did not get it. It was
That's
amazing.
funny.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Make sure we're going to be back with movies and TV again next week because we've had a lot to cover. So we've got more coming
Double
your way.
duty.
And until then, stay
Go 4
tuned.
and a 2, Dre.
Go see Infinity
Or
War.
Josh. Yeah.